no one quite like Dustin Hoffman. After 40 years in the movie business, 2 Oscars and a string of box office hits, from The Graduate to Meet the Fockers, you'd think it was time he slowed down a bit. No way. At 70, he's still quite a handful. We were scheduled to have a quiet little chat about his new movie, Fu Panda. But he soon threw that script right out the window. It was a riot from the word go when he solemnly promised to tell me the truth. And, I add with a blush, that's exactly what he did.
Hello.
Dustin.
Liz.
Nice to meet you.
He may be 70 and one of the old schoolboys of Hollywood, but Dustin Hoffman is every inch a flirt.
So, that's a first date.
No, I feel a little nervy myself.
See? It's good.
And as I'm about to discover, this is a man who is frighteningly honest.
It's like every 10 seconds there's a sexual thought.
More than a little inquisitive.
What kind of guy do you like? Less crazy?
I've not been good at blokes. I mean, that's all I've been married a couple of times now.
Yes. Yeah, but
And sometimes just plain outrageous.
I mean, poll the room here. If it's your own fart, there's nothing. It's kind of, yeah, unless you're sick, because then that kind of tells you you're sick. They say, I think I'm getting sick. There's an acidic.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
For Dustin Hoffman, it all began 41 years ago when he played a student seduced by an older woman.
Thank you.
Right.
The Graduate changed your life, did it not?
Yes, of course. So did my first wife, but that was only 8 years.
Which did you prefer?
I'll take fame.
And fame it's been ever since. We've known him in many guises, from the autistic savant in Rain Man.
Qantas. Qantas? Qantas never crashed.
To the wildly unconventional dad in Meet the Fockers.
Morning. Bernard, do you mind if I have some privacy?
Almost done.
But who would have ever thought? Dustin Hoffman as a small, furry animal.
You think it's that easy? That I'm just going to hand you the secret to limitless power? No.
Playing a wise old martial arts master, Hoffman has just taken on his strangest role yet in the animated movie Kung Fu Panda.
Step forth. The true path to victory is to find your opponent's weakness and make him suffer for it. Oh, yeah!
Can you clarify one thing for me?
Yes.
What are you in the film?
Such a good question. You saw it.
Yes.
I
You look like a fox, but...
Like a fox.
You look like
I
a
thought
fox,
you were going to say a fart, but you didn't.
No, I was going to raise that later.
I didn't know what I was looking at. They told me I'm a rare red panda.
The whooshy finger hold. Not the whooshy finger hold.
After all these years, it's really no surprise that Hoffman is game for anything. But as a struggling young actor in New York, he never aspired to anything beyond bit parts and supporting roles off Broadway. That all changed in 1967 with The Graduate.
Let me out.
Don't be nervous.
Can you remember what it felt like when you became a star?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it was a shock. We're walking down Fifth Avenue, and there's this lovely girl that comes up, like 18, and she says, in a T-shirt, she says, "Sign me." And she picks up her shirt, and her beautiful breasts are right. Well, I'm sure they weren't like that, but in memory, they are.
And you had arrived. This was started.
I had arrived, but I was embarrassed.
Hoffman, who was once so perilously shy, now found himself not only as a star, but against all the odds, a sex symbol, which suited him just fine. In fact, you're quoted as saying that monogamy is not a natural state.
It isn't.
Really?
You and I know that. Everybody in this room knows that. It isn't. We're not meant to be monogamous. I am, because, I value my marriage and I value the truth. But I do think, and this is probably a sexist thing to say, I think it takes more discipline for guys. For women, I'm not saying that women don't look. Oh yeah, but I don't. I mean, it's a discipline with us. It really is. I mean, it just is. I mean, our DNA is. I mean, it's a tick with us. I mean, it's like every 10 seconds there's a sexual thought. I mean, let's face it. We were put on this earth to, populate the species.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
After The Graduate came a string of hits. Midnight Cowboy.
I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Up yours, you son of a bitch! You don't talk me that way! Get out of here!
All the President's Men.
Hi, this is Carl Bernstein, the Washington Post.
An Oscar-winning role in Kramer versus Kramer.
I come through this door to share with my wife with what probably is going to be one of the 5 best days of my life, and she looks at me cool as a cucumber and tells me she doesn't want to live with me anymore!
For the lady?
Oh, how about a Dubonnet with a twist?
Yes, ma'am.
And the part that would change his view of women. Dorothy Michaels in Tootsie. Were you pleased with how you looked as a woman?
No, I wasn't. And that's a great question. They said, what do you want to... I said, I want to look like a beautiful woman. I want to really look beautiful. And they kind of like looks as makeup people, they say, I think that's as good as it gets,
As he was making the movie, Hoffman decided to let visitors to the set believe he was really a woman, but it proved to be a hurtful experience.
It's like I went home to my wife, I said, it's like a Venetian blind. They looked at me, they didn't want to screw me, and that's what men do, and where's Jessica Lange? And I was just erased. And I had been erased as a kid by girls in school, they would look, but nothing like this. It was beyond rude. It was so brutal.
You basically got an inside look at what it's like to be a not-so-beautiful woman.
Yes. And I said, Jesus, I think I'm an interesting woman. I think I do. I think I'm smart, and I have a good humor, and I'm passionate about my work.
I've got something to offer.
Yes, and I can't help the way I look.
But did this change how you viewed women?
Yes, it did, of course. I said, look at all the women I've erased, all the interesting women, because I was brought up just like every other guy. You're attracted to what you're told to be attracted to, right? It's brainwashing. It's what's on the magazine cover. I said, look at all the women that I really, and I started to cry. And I had a very strong reaction to it. It was because I said, I've lived half a life, in a sense. And it's true. It ain't right.
Come on, Ray.
Hoffman won a second Oscar for his role in Rain Man. He played Ray Babbitt as the autistic savant opposite Tom Cruise.
Is that Ray? Just please, just one little second.
It was very hot. We were on location, and there we are in a real phone booth.
What are you doing?
Too
What are you
crowded
doing?
in here for a backpack.
Just leave this on.
And we're doing takes, and I squeezed one out, and there was no sound, and he just, it was between takes. He says, "Did you fart?" And they said, "We're rolling," and they're going. And so now he's very quick, and he just changed it to Ray.
Yep.
Ray, did you fart? He made it part of the scene, and I just took it up. I said, yeah, fart.
Uh-oh, fart.
Yeah, Charlie Babbitt, I'll hold.
Fart.
Did you fart, Ray?
Fart.
Did you f***ing fart?
Fart.
Oh, man. Look at this.
Farting is a bit of a theme with you.
Yes, it is. I think everything that is a theme, if you want to put it that way, is that which is basic to us and fundamental to us in terms of being a human, and taboo.
I'm Joe Buck from Texas.
Enrico Rizzo from the Bronx.
Hoffman has never played it safe, often taking difficult and unappealing roles.
All right, you're a hustler.
I love working. I'd be dead if I hadn't found myself as an actor, and I didn't have to be successful. I found a life for myself, and there's nothing I've ever done that I just don't love the process of it. There's plenty that I've done where I feel I missed, and that's what you do.
You almost stole the show, in my opinion, in The Fockers, Meet the Fockers. How did you feel about that role?
I didn't want to do it because I didn't think there was a character in the script, and my agent says, I'm going to pin you down. I'm going to sit on you until you say yes.
Look, I was talking to... Oh, no.
Come on, man. You know what that cowboy hat on the door means.
Can you please help me out here?
What? We're just being ourselves.
It was a movie that paired him up with his old friend, Barbara Streisand.
All right.
You got it, dude.
Thank you. Okay?
Han,
Yeah.
put the hat back on the door, okay?
No, Mom. No cowboy hat this weekend.
Okay, but tonight doesn't count.
And I used to whisper in her ear before every take. I said, my God, and well, half of it is improvised anyways. I say, after this take, I'm going to take you upstairs, and I'm going to take you to my camper. I'm going to mount you like you have never been mounted. And she's, oh, and they'd say, go, and they'd be taking, and she'd love it. I said, oh, your breasts today. God, oh my. I mean, yes, I mean, that's the stuff of life, I think, when you're working.
Well, it's fun. That
Yes.
sounds like a good time.
And my kids said to me for the first time, you finally played yourself, because I'd never played that part of it, and that's the person I know in the house.
Have a dumpling.
And now his latest role, one that even he has trouble recognising, that small, rare red panda.
I've been taking it easy on you, Panda, but no more. Your next opponent will be me.
I suspect 40 years ago, or more than that, when you started in this acting career, you hadn't anticipated doing an animation.
No. Is that too quick a Warren Beatty kind of answer? No.
But it has become a very legitimate form of acting, hasn't it? No?
I don't. By whose standards?
So you're the legendary Dragon Warrior.
I guess so.
Wrong.
Why didn't you like it?
Well, it's kind of like you're in a room with a microphone. So it's like doing this interview and you're not there.
Who is worthy to finally gaze upon the highest teachings of Kung Fu?
In a world of homogenized movie stars, Dustin Hoffman is unique. And after more than 40 films in 40-odd years, he sure as hell isn't about to start slowing down. Well, now that you're in your... Are you in your twilight years?
No, I'm not. Come on.
Well...
Twilight.
Where are you?
I'm 70.
Now that you're 70...
Yes.
Where are you in your career, do you think?
Second act.
I mean, as I get older, I become aware of my mortality. Do you?
But look at you. Look how young you are. I'm not. No, you are. You love life.
I do.
Yes, especially after you got out of those two. You got rid of those two dudes, right?
Correct.
And you have Final Cut. You can take any of this shit out. You don't want the...
Hello, I'm Tom Steinfort. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our Extra Minutes segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au, as well as the 9Now app.